Hi, this is Phil Monkhouse, Realtor. I'm going over property taxes today. I have three examples in Fort Bend County and one in Brazoria County. Um, it changes quite a bit in the different areas. I'll show you why. The municipal utility districts change things quite a bit. If you're in an area that hasn't been annexed by a city yet, like Sienna, for example, big master plan community, until the mud bonds are paid down, I'll explain that in a minute. Until they're paid down, the property taxes are a little bit higher. So yeah, let me show you an example of what I'm talking about here. This is an example in Sienna. This is about the lowest tax rate you can get in Sienna. Pretty sure that's the lowest. It's very close to it. If not, this is in Steep Bank East. As the property gets older, this mud goes down. Some of the newer areas are over $1. So yeah, total tax rate 2.45% if we round up. Everyone in Fort Bend County is going to be paying the school tax. That has went down. It used to be 1.34 a couple of years ago, but property values went way up, so they're probably collecting more money than they used to. Everyone pays these two, I believe, too. Fort Bend County General and Fort Bend County Drainage. And then this is Sienna. This is our levy, to pay for our levy. That's went down slightly, the rate has anyway, but they've spent a lot of money on new pumps and stuff. But that's went down a little bit. So I tried to pick all properties that sold or were active between 420 and 430. This one, its appraisal was really low. So don't really look at the dollar amount, just the tax rate amount. This house would have had a homestead exemption on it. So if you live in it as a primary residence, you should definitely get a homestead exemption on your property. I did an example. People think it saves like 20% on your taxes. I did an example like 5 years ago. I have an old video. Maybe I'll post it in the comments. But I did an example where it saved like 6%, I think, for a house in Sienna. But another big advantage for having a homestead exemption is when the appraisal district checks your house, if it's went up a lot in a year like it did in 2021, for example, they can only raise your value by 10%. So it takes a while to catch up to the market value. So yeah, it's free, it's easy. You can do it through the website these days. So yeah, if you don't know how to do that, just comment. It's pretty easy to do. You can find it on the appraisal district website for your county. So here's another example of a home in Sienna. So this one is a newer home, one of the newest areas. I think this is Heritage Park. So 3.06, the 3.07% which is near the highest in Sienna. I think I've seen listings where it's 3.19. That's the highest you can get. So over time, you can expect this mud tax to start falling. I don't remember what it was in the last example, 45 cents or something like that. But over time, this starts to go down. And then everything else is the same as the last example. It's just this mud tax. So that mud tax is when the developer sets up the sewers and waters for a section. They issue bonds to help pay for it, and tax dollars pay the bonds down. So over time, those start going down. And next, I'll show you an example in Sugar Land. Yeah, Missouri City will eventually annex Sienna and make it part of Missouri City properly. But until these muds start getting lower, they won't do that. So let me show you Sugar Land next. This is in Sugar Land, an old area. I think this is Sugar Mill. So this has been, if it ever was outside of the city of Sugar Land, if it was ever in its extraterritorial jurisdiction, it's been annexed now. So you can see the school tax for the Fort Bend Independent School District. That's the same. They're also paying these two, just like the example in Sienna, but now they're paying a City of Sugar Land tax, and they don't have a levy to pay for, and they don't have to pay that mud tax. So total tax rate 1.93%, so substantially lower than the 2.44 to 3.19 you could play in a community like Sienna. So yeah, that's pretty good. And then I'll show you a worse example in Brazoria County. So this one is in Pomona, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pomona, which falls under in Manville, which is almost part of Pearland. Anyway, they are in Brazoria County, like I said. So they're an Alvin ISD, Alvin School Board. So their tax rate is a little bit higher. They're building a lot of schools. Fort Bend is um, more maintenance, less building, except for in certain areas of Fort Bend. So yeah, their school taxes are higher. You can see the mud here is 1.46%, so really high mud tax here. And then they have some extra charges like, well, they don't have a levy, but they do have this community college. They're paying to the county in 3 different ways. And then they've got a special tax for Alvin Community College. So 3.58%, let's say, so significantly higher. So yeah, taxes change a lot depending on the community you're in. Older areas are generally going to be lower, but that's not always the case. So yeah, just something to look out for. Hope that helps explain if anyone had any confusion about that. If I made it worse, if you have questions, please reach out and let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.